you might have got a clarity on what this workshop is all about, right? Even if you're very hardworking and intelligent, you cannot reach the position that you desire if the environment is not right and supportive enough, right? After all of this, at least all of us must agree and align to this point, right? All you guys agree, right, to this point? Right, yes. So we all aim at the end result and usually forget giving the process that we go through enough importance. But the process teaches us how to get things done, and it is what that makes us get better in a longer run. The tools that are used in professional workspace make the difference from what you actually learn in your college. To bridge this gap, we use many tools, and one such tool is DevOps. So, you might have written many codes as a part of your academics and might have even worked on projects, right? So, just imagine you're working on a project as a team of 4 to 5 people and you write several pieces of code, okay? And when you finally merge them, you might have experienced that it didn't work when merged on other system, although it worked on your system just fine. Now you really don't know why it doesn't work, and you just can't say that it worked on my computer, no, because it doesn't solve the problem, right? So, what do you think that we possibly could do in this case? Okay, so for a better understanding, let us have another example here. Okay, so assume you and your friend decide on making a robot. Let us consider your friend is an expert in making it, and you can test and debug it well. Now you have to wait till the robot is complete and then test it. Once you test it, you found out that there are a lot of bugs and the robot doesn't really work. Now the robot has to be reconstructed all over again as we do not know where exactly the problem is. Can you think of a way to get out of this problem? This is exactly where DevOps comes into play. So, from the context of where we use DevOps, can you guess what DevOps actually is and how it solves these problems? Just guess, okay? What is the first thought that comes to your mind when you hear the word DevOps? What does the word tell you? You guys can guess, you guys can be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. You can guess and type it in the chat. Okay. Development operations. Right, right. You're right. Yeah, DevOps is basically development operations put together. Right, right, right. So at the beginning, I thought DevOps was some kind of a language like CPP or some software like AutoCAD, okay? But it is not what I thought it is. We will know more about DevOps later in the session, but to give a basic idea, it is just a procedure that is followed to develop a software. Also, in the second example of making a robot, the person who created the robot is called a developer in this context, and the other is referred to as a part of IT operations. These words, developer and operations, make the word DevOps. This is what most of you guessed, right? You guessed right. Now, you might be wondering how this actually solves the problems in the previous cases. In DevOps, we use particular tools that can make our code globally executable, about which you will be learning later in the session. So, what does this mean? This means that a very first problem of executing the same code on different machines is now solved. Also in DevOps, we can develop and test parallelly, hence instantly rectify our errors. This solves a second problem too. Even after all this, you might be still have a doubt on why do we need to follow procedures when we are getting our things done without following any of these. But once we look at the bigger picture of industrial applications, where we have to write millions of lines of code and just assume a code without comments is given to you to find out the errors and correct it. When there are no comments, you just don't know that what part of logic is what does it do and all, right? Is it even possible to do that? Absolutely not. And even if you try doing that, it results in nothing but an absolute chaos. Now, if we follow step by step procedure and we work together, we will be able to complete the task. This is exactly what we do in DevOps. Now, before jumping right into DevOps, let us just get a brief on the SDLC models which were used before DevOps, okay? So, the waterfall model and the agile model are widely used before DevOps among all the various SDLC models. The first traditional SDLC model is the waterfall model. As you can see on the slide, it is a sequential linear process which contains several discrete phases, and no phase begins until the previous phase is complete. Even if you want to revisit any phase, we need to start from phase 1 as we cannot return to a completed phase. The next one is the agile model. It is an approach wherein customers, end users, and the software developers, all of them collaborate to make the end product. The project is broken into teams and iterations, including people from product ownership and development. Each team needs to complete the task within a preset time, and hence the tasks are divided into parts with smaller time frame. So now that we have these models, both waterfall and agile, what do you think that led to the idea of DevOps? Well, DevOps shortens the software development lifecycle, hence, development is faster and reliable. It also provides continuous delivery, still ensuring delivery of high quality software. As DevOps uses some tools at every stage, it takes less iterations, it reduces the manual work compared to other models. So, here you can see some of the companies that are implementing DevOps in real life. Let us take an example of Netflix. In the past, when Netflix was down for an hour, it almost lost several millions. Then it started using DevOps approach in the most unique way. They developed a tool called Simian Army that created failures and automatically deployed them without affecting the user. Their team would troubleshoot these failures and would gain enough experience for the future problems. Thus, considering the benefits that DevOps provides, its divergence from the traditional methods, we see that DevOps is the future of software development. Now, you will work on a module to get to know the practical applications of DevOps. What you learn from this module is that a little more about DevOps, its stages involved, and the tools used in it. We learn how to code in the given DevOps environment, which is just enough to introduce us to being a professional developer. But we do not go deep into how to set up the environment, as we just need to know how to implement the code in the given environment.